Hi everybody, this is Diana, and I wanted to introduce you today to Tatiana, who is a healing facilitator who will be sharing space in my office. And she has something that is very unique, and there's nobody else here in Fresno who does this. And she has a machine that was purchased from Russia. And I'm going to give Tatiana a chance to introduce herself and her healing modality so you can learn a little bit more about her and maybe come and see her. Okay?
Thank you. Hi, my name is Tatiana August. I'm an energy healing facilitator. I started out getting a master's in social work, but halfway through I knew that wasn't really the route I wanted to go. I wanted to work more on holistic therapies, natural ways to help people. So I stumbled upon this type of therapy called Monicor Rofes. It's a type of sound therapy that uses frequencies. So I've had clients and it's helped with pain, if you have inflammation, if you have too much parasites in your body. I've had it help with stress, mold, if you know you have mold in your body, different certain bacteria. So if you go to the doctor and they tell you have an overgrowth of this specific bacteria, it can help with that. And through these frequencies, it basically, there's programs. So each program does something different. So if you're dealing with parasites, there's a program specifically for parasites. And the frequencies go into your body and kill that specific parasite. So that's just a little overview.
Right. And so I had a client that I sent to Tatiana because my client was mentioning how she had a fungal infection and she didn't want to take medication for it, antibiotics. And so I sent her to you. And so there's a lot of natural ways that we can heal our bodies and support healing for ourselves that don't include medications. And that's another reason why I wanted to share this information with you. So we have Alma here who has graciously volunteered to be a test body for us, and she's going to go through the program and give Tatiana an opportunity to show you how it works and what kind of information it shows.
Okay. So because this is Monicor Rofes, what I'll do first is the scan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place electropads on her inner wrist, which is going to be her acupuncture points. So I'll just give it a side. So I'm just going to put it on your inner wrist. Okay, and then I'm going to attach the electrodes, which is right here, onto the pads. Okay. So for 2 minutes, you're going to keep your fingers straight. Don't move your hands. You can relax it on your lap or on this side. And then I'm going to do the 2-minute scan. So it's going to start. So right now it's scanning her body. I don't know if you guys can see. It's scanning her body. It's checking all the organs, which ones are weak, overactive, her current stress level, if she has inflammation, parasites. And it's nothing electrical. It's all sound that's traveling through her body.
This is crazy. I don't remember seeing this part when you did a session on me. So Tatiana did a session on me, and it was really great. And so this gives you an opportunity. I hope you guys could see this. I think you can. This is, so it's right now it's scanning all of her organs?
Yeah, so whatever's highlighted, those are the organs that it's going to be scanning, looking at. And then on the right over here, I don't know if you can see that, it's a little figure of a human person. And the points are the acupuncture points, and the lines that are going through her body are the meridians. So that's what it's testing, the acupuncture points and the meridians throughout the body.
And that is kind of whited out. I don't know if they could...
Yeah, sometimes it shows.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. That's you can't see it on the screen, but in person, this is very well defined right here. And you could see all of where the energy flows, all of the different acupuncture points, the different meridians.
And it only takes 2 minutes, under 2 minutes to do the scan.
And so once you do the scan, what I wanted people to know is how they can specifically address different areas based on the information that's in the scan.
So her scan is almost done. Okay, so now the scan is done. It'll show the results, and now you can move your hands. You can relax her. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this.
It's really whited out. I don't know.
A little bit better. So this number right here, out of a 7, she's a 6, 7 being the highest, and that's her body's resources. So your ability to recover from things is 6 out of 7, which is good. And it goes, although I've never seen, usually the average is 5, so 5, 6, 7 is normal. And then on the left is like the perfect ideal looking circle.
I don't know why it's not coming in really well. No,
there sometimes it goes.
Yeah, let's try to maybe right there.
And then on the right hand side is her circle, the client circle. Maybe if I don't put my hand.
I don't know, it goes in and out. Okay.
So when it's going outside the circle, the dotted line, it usually indicates the organ is weak. When it's going inside the circle, it's overactive. So all of these little spikes are different organs. So I'm going to go over each one. So for the lungs, it's showing that she's having more of an emotional impact. So sometimes it's clinical, other times it's emotional. And right now the lungs, it's related to grief and sadness. Large intestine, it's showing diarrhea, upper respiratory tract inflammation. The stomach, it's showing ulcers, so ongoing process, it's from scarring, and that's usually due to too much stress. The spleen is showing emotional, so nothing clinical, just showing that that's related to worry. The heart, it's showing some blood pressure fluctuation. The small intestine is showing inflammation on the right intestine. And then slow circulation in the brain, which can cause brain fog, worriness, forgetfulness.
Slow circulation in the brain? Oh, Alma. Can I tell them about what happened with your...
Yeah.
So Alma, within the last about a year or two ago, had a significant injury to the head. And so she's been having some issues around that. And the reason... So one thing I wanted to say, okay, is... I'm getting the screen. Okay, one thing I wanted to say is that the work that I do is working mostly around the body in the biofield, and the energy that propagates away from the body, it stays stagnant in the field. And so I resolve that. And what I liked about Tatiana when she approached me was the fact that what she works with is in the body, and it offers clients a more complete approach to healing. And so this was so impressive to me, the way that it scans a whole body and can tell you what's going on, and how it correlates to the issues that I have found in the field when working with Alma. So I hope that gives you a good example of how the work that both of us do can help give a complete approach, a more whole approach to healing.
And then it also picked up too much pressure in the brain. So I don't know if you get headaches, but it's also picking that up. And then the urinary bladder, it's picking up back pain. So I don't know if you get back pain.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then also picking up hormonal imbalance. So maybe your hormones are off.
Yeah.
And then an indirect indicator of an underactive thyroid. So your thyroid is underperforming. Okay, the kidneys are showing emotional. So you have a lot of emotional stuff. Kidneys are related to fear. The outer heart is emotional. The triple heater, which is her chest, abdomen, pelvis, is also emotional. The gallbladder is emotional, and that's related to anger. And the liver is emotional as well, and which is also related to anger. So this client just showing on the circle, it's a lot of emotional stuff. It's better to have emotional stuff than clinical stuff, but there were a couple things that we can also work on with clinical.
And so let me ask you, when you do the acupuncture with this machine, it helps to balance all of those issues in the body.
Yes, so there's a program that, especially with emotional stuff, would be good for her. It normalizes everything in the brain. So your hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal gland, adrenals, there's a normalizing hormone one. That would be a really good program just based on her scan that I would definitely do for her.
Okay, and sessions usually range in how long? It's 2 hours, right?
Yes, it's usually a 2-hour session for $80.
Okay.
And then another thing that people like to look at when they're doing the scan results is your biorhythms. So it shows when you're most physical, least physical, most intellectual. So I don't know if you guys can see that. It's on the right-hand side, the little waves. So it shows in a month period when she's going to be the most physical, least physical, and today we're on the dotted line. So based on today, it looks like she's the highest on intellectual, so a good day to make a decision, take a test. Pretty high on physical, so that's a good day to work out. Green is emotional, so that's a little bit under, and that, low on emotional. And then the light blue, which is right in the middle, that's her intuition, so her gut feeling. Everyone likes to know about this.
Isn't that impressive, Alma?
Yeah.
I was like, I totally wanted you to try this, so I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah.
So,
I do a lot of therapies, but so I know what she's saying is correct.
It's consistent with what you.
And it's impressive that it can be detailed.
Yes.
What it is.
I thought the same thing. So, okay. Is there anything else you want to share about what you do?
Yeah, so when I'm doing the scan and reading the results, sometimes it'll show something like maybe pain on the right leg that the client says, oh, I don't have that. But I've had clients like a week later or a couple of days later say, oh my gosh, I got pain on my right leg. So sometimes it actually picks up things that may be happening or may need to look for in the future as well.
And are there any contraindications?
As far as the scan results or?
To receiving.
So when you're receiving the treatment, just make sure that you don't have a heart pacemaker. Otherwise, and then I try not to do it on pregnant women. Otherwise, it should be fine. When you're doing the scan, it's the only time to be still with your fingers straight. And then during the treatment, you can move around. You can be on your phone, computer, read a book, sleep. It doesn't interfere with the treatment.
And I think that is it for now.
I have a question. Like, how often do you do the treatments? Or?
Yeah, so it varies on every individual. You can do it as often as you like. Some people just come in monthly for a parasite cleanse. Sometimes people come every couple months just to kind of see where they're at. If you have like a chronic health condition or something really specific, you may want to do a couple sessions, like a protocol, which is usually 3 to 4 sessions to kind of complete that area.
And then what I remember when you worked on me, based on the scan, you can pinpoint, like a client can pinpoint what they prefer to address in a session.
Yes.
Whether it's just a parasite or emotional things like what we're finding today. And there were you had a whole list of things.
Yeah, so just for example, I don't know if you guys can see. So these are different protocols. So if you know you have like liver issues, those are each of these sessions. You would kill all these parasites, bacteria, different viruses that you can target. And then there's individual programs. So for example, let's just say you have a sleeping problem, but it didn't come up on the scan. There's a sleeping program. So sleep abnormalities, you can do fatigue, you can do athlete's foot. There's thousands of different programs that this device has, including artificial intelligence.
Okay, well that's it for today, everybody. Please feel free to reach out to Tatiana or myself if you have any questions. If you'd like to schedule with Tatiana, you can find her on Facebook, and you can reach out to me as well because she's going to be working here. Okay, bye for now, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.